So we've just clocked around like 6,000 steps, which I feel like is good to just start the day off strong, and then obviously like I'll hit my 10K easily by the end of the day at that point. But pretty much for the rest of the day is kind of exciting. We just got like a little bit of work to do. We're gonna go back, do a bit of a morning work block, get through some check-ins, do a couple client setups, and then we've got an event on this afternoon, so I'm really excited. It's my friend's birthday, so we'll be celebrating that. But yeah, agenda is go home, do some check-ins, do some client onboardings, have some lunch, and then get ready to go out later. So come with. Alrighty. So now that session is done, some steps are in, post-workout's in, then we are into some check-ins. So I've got my Friday check-in crew happening on a Saturday morning. So they've all submitted their check-in photos, they've submitted their check-in forms, they've popped everything in for me. Got a couple of people that have had some blood tests done from the past week. They've emailed those over to me as well, so I can have a good look, see if we want to make any adjustments to any particular food sources, any food timing things. Obviously supplementation when it comes to things like vitamins, minerals. That's why it's really important to get a blood test done, because like the last thing you want to do is be obviously spending money on vitamins that you either don't need, or you might just be under eating or under fueling a particular nutrient that is actually causing a bit of detriment on the inside as well. So the interior is just as important as the exterior. So I always think of blood tests as like almost like looking under the hood. So kind of like a car analogy, if you were to kind of like make sure that everything's running smoothly on the inside, that means you have a car that is going to be, you know, long lasting, have that longevity aspect to it as well, but then still, you know, look awesome on the outside as well. So it's kind of like it takes two to tango, and that means that when you like place the quality of your nutrition and the quality of your lifestyle and your choices in a way that's going to impact both of those, then you're really maximizing on the things that make the big differences, not only in the short term but in the long term as well, right? Like, we're not here for quick fixes, we're not here for crash diets, we're not here for like one-off sort of temporary sort of nutrition and training things, you know, those classic just like, I don't know, you see them all the time, like online on TikTok. It's just like how to lose 5 kilos in, you know, X many weeks or days, and it's like, nah. You want to be building a lifestyle, building habits, building knowledge around the things that you know are going to be serving you in the long run. So that's where it really, really does pay to have the knowledge of someone such as myself, such as someone who's a dietitian, or, you know, obviously like even when it comes to movement and training, like someone who has the experience and has the knowledge around the ways that you're moving your body, and you can look after it both, you know, obviously when you're doing your workouts, but even that recovery aspect too. So you know that you're not just going to burn yourself out or chase a temporary result, you're chasing a long-term result and like longevity with that too. And even just bringing that back into like competing, it's even more important when you are doing the extremes, such as in a prep, or maybe you're, you know, a high level athlete and you're pushing your body to extremes. You take the extra care and extra effort to ensure that you can do it, you know, the healthiest ways you can, and you are aware and you have people around you that are aware of the really important things. So obviously things being like your hormonal status, hormonal panel, things like your nutritional status. So obviously not wanting to be deficient in a lot of key nutrients that, you know, kind of get put on the back burner, or when you're in a deficit, when you're in an extreme deficit for extreme body composition and temporary body composition goals, there does come sacrifices, and it's just important that they're acknowledged and they're taken care of the best way that they can for that stint of time, so you can come out of show, go into a reverse diet phase or recovery phase, and you have done like as little damage as possible, and therefore you can have like both like a long career in the sport of your choice, or you can just like recover quicker and feel better quicker as well. Because I guess like the hard truth is when you're pushing your body to extremes, whether it's like you're a high level athlete, you're a sprinter, you're a cyclist, you're a bodybuilder, like whatever that thing is, and you have to take it to that extra level, which is not, you know, it's like outside of the scope of like normal lifestyle. It's really, really pivotal that in the times where things feel uncomfortable, or the body is trying to send you the signals to go, hey, this is like outside of what is like normal, we can do everything we can to try and make it feel as safe as possible given the circumstances. So yeah, working with knowledge, because like knowledge is power. and power is confidence and confidence is success. So yeah, that was just my little motivational talk on, I guess, the importance of qualified knowledge, right? Qualified knowledge. We're here, we'll preach it till the cows come home. But besides a few check-ins, blood analysis, setting up a couple clients as well, we are rolling into April. The year's gone so quickly. So it's awesome to have, a couple extra spots open to invite more people into the Fueled Club. Fueled Club, Fueled crew, Fueled team, the more the merrier. And it's awesome to have such a like-minded community behind us as well. We have this group forum in the Fueled app, and it's just so good when people kind of get involved. They post their PBs, they post what animal they get, even sharing some good things like what podcasts people are loving at the moment. I'm such a podcast person. Anyone who knows that I used to have a podcast will be like, yes, live the podcast gal. But it's good to kind of see what everyone else is listening to, what everyone else is doing. I love the Gold Coast. We love the Gold Coast traffic. Yeah, it's just really good to see what everyone else is getting up to, what people's highlights are, what people's, even there was a really good meme that I popped in yesterday about an Easter egg salad. So if you know, you know. If you don't, then join the Fueled Club, get into the forum and see the myriad of memes that everyone shares in there. And essentially I'm going to crack in so I can get in, be effective, get this done, and then get some sun. The weather is still looking so lovely. So I think Jay and I are going to take our lunch with us and go to Tally Creek, get some sun, get some sun, sand, water, and just enjoy the afternoon before we get ready to go out for a bit of a social occasion. Vitamin D? Vitamin D. Hell yeah. Vitamin D you can get from the sun, and you can get from your food as well, but it is very hard to get vitamin D from your food, so I definitely do recommend adding it to your supplement stack, especially for healthy bones. Vitamin D and calcium absorption is maximized, so
we take that nap, so
a nap at the beach. Yeah, as we said at the gym, we're early morning people. I think I said we got up at 4, but to be honest, we got up at quarter to 4, 3:45 to be exact. So cheeky afternoon nap is well deserved, well warranted, and Jay's probably just gonna be there catching flies, catching granules of sand, because kids will probably be out there running amok.
Righto, you gonna make some lunch?
Yeah, let's make some lunch and get some sun. Let's go.
Thank you, bye.